Are you getting ready to take the FTCE exam? You're probably reviewing content and doing practice problems, but have you started getting ready for test day? If this is your first time taking an FTCE exam at a test center, keep watching. I'm going to share the ins and outs of taking an exam at a test center so you're not thrown by any surprises. Hi, I'm Sandra. I have a doctorate in education and I am a test prep expert with study.com. I'm going to share my top 10 tips for test day. If you like these tips, like and subscribe to our channel to get notified when new videos drop. We'll tell you everything about how to pass each FTCE exam and walk you through lots of FTCE practice problems. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Tip 1. Arrive early. The FTCE website tells test takers to arrive 30 minutes before their appointment time, but I recommend you plan to arrive at least 45 minutes early. Why? Well, first of all, traffic can be unpredictable. You don't want to be late because you got stopped by an unexpected freight train or traffic jam. Second, test centers can be hard to find. Many are located in office parks with lots of suites that all look alike. Give yourself extra time to arrive and locate the test center so you're not frazzled by running late. Being early will let you stay focused on what's important, passing the test. You probably won't be able to go into the test center until 30 minutes before your appointment time. But personally, I'd rather sit in the car a little bit to avoid the stress of running late. As a bonus tip, consider driving by the test center a day or two before the exam. If you live close enough, you can locate the test center so you know exactly where to go on test day. Tip 2. Arrive alone. You may want or need to bring someone with you to the test site, but no one is allowed into the test center with you. If you have children who need childcare, arrange it before the test date because unaccompanied minors are not allowed to wait for you in the test center or alone outside. Tip 3. Wear layers. Will the test center be hot? Cold? Who knows? The types of layers that are allowed depends on where you're taking your test. Pearson test centers allow sweatshirts or sweaters, but not jackets or coats. College and university test centers might not allow hoodies or cardigans. Check the policy of the test center you are heading to so you are prepared. It can be really hard to focus if you are too hot or cold and you don't want that to hurt your exam performance. Tip 4. Bring 2 forms of ID. You are required to show 2 forms of ID that are valid, unexpired, and printed in English. If you don't have the required ID with you, then you won't be admitted to the test and also won't receive a refund. There are several options for acceptable ID, including driver's license, state-issued ID card, U.S. military ID, passport, and U.S. permanent resident card. At least one of your IDs must be government issued with clear photograph and a visible signature. The second ID can include things like a social security card, student ID, or work ID. Make sure the IDs you bring exactly match the name you use to register for the exam or they won't be accepted. Especially make sure the middle initial in your FTCE account matches your ID. And if you have a hyphenated last name, make sure your ID uses your full hyphenated name or both last names. If your name doesn't match the name used for registration, you can bring legal documentation of a name change, such as a marriage certificate, divorce decree, certificate of naturalization, or court order for a name change. I recommend deciding what ID you're going to bring to use when you schedule your test so you're prepared on test day. Tip 5. Be prepared to be searched. The test center may pat you down or ask you to pat yourself down to ensure you aren't bringing any weapons or academic materials that could be used for cheating into the test. This can be disorienting, especially if you aren't expecting it. You'll also have to do things like rolling up your sleeves and lifting your hair to show there are no prohibited items. Test center security is very strict in order to ensure academic integrity, which brings me to the next tip. Tip 6. Only bring what you need. Don't bring anything extra to the test center. Even consider leaving your phone in the car. Phones and other items cannot be brought into the testing room, and you'll need to leave them with the test administrators in their storage area. Items you should leave at home or be prepared to put into the storage area include phones and other electronics, hats, scarves, and other headgear, barrettes, hair clips and headbands, watches, and removable jewelry. You are allowed to wear head coverings if they are for medical or religious purposes. Eyeglasses, of course, are allowed into the testing area. Sunglasses, however, are not allowed. Tip 7. Get ready to take the test. After presenting your IDs and going through screening, you're almost ready to take the test. You'll receive a notepad and pen that you can use as scratch paper throughout the test. You'll also receive a tutorial on how the computer-based system works. Finally, you'll have to sign a non-disclosure agreement where you will agree to the testing rules. This part is kind of strict. You must read and agree to it within 5 minutes or your test session will terminate. I recommend reading the document ahead of time at fl.nesinc.com so that you can read it thoroughly without being rushed. Tip 8. Don't expect a break. Unless you're taking an exam with several subtests, you won't receive a scheduled break during the test. You are allowed to take bathroom breaks, but the clock won't stop on the exam. So I recommend using the bathroom before going into the test center. Using the restroom is called an unscheduled break. You can also take an unscheduled break if you need food, drink, or medicine, but remember, the clock won't stop. As much as possible, try to take the exam without unscheduled breaks so you don't use up your time during the test. A few exams have scheduled 15-minute breaks. If you're taking all 4 general knowledge subtests, 3 or more elementary or pre-kindergarten subtests, or 2 or more FELE subtests, you'll receive a scheduled break. During scheduled breaks, you can access personal items like your cell phone, but you cannot leave the test center. Tip number 9, be prepared to be monitored. Taking an exam at a test center is not a private experience. You will be monitored by the test administrators throughout the test and may even be videotaped. The monitors are looking for any rules violations, which include talking to other test takers or accessing personal items. This can be uncomfortable, but the goal of the monitoring is to make sure all the test takers adhere to the exam rules. Tip 10. Leave when the test is done. You'll probably be ready to leave as soon as the test is done, which is good because the test center won't let you stick around. If you need to wait for transportation, you'll need to do so outside the test center. That means if you need to wait for someone to pick you up or are taking public transportation, you'll need to wait for your ride outside. If you're taking another test later that day, you'll still need to leave and then come back 30 minutes before the next test appointment. That's it. I hope these tips help you feel prepared and confident for test day. If you found this video valuable, please like and subscribe to our channel and check out my other videos with test practice problems and test overviews. You can also get great FTCE test prep on study.com, including unlimited practice questions, full-length practice tests, and lessons to review any concept on the test. Study.com's AI-powered diagnostic will also give you recommendations so you know what exactly to study. I'd love to hear how your test day goes. Let me know or ask additional questions in the comments. Good luck.